Morning traders, it is PCE day. I hope you guys are ready. Hopefully, we get some strong data that gives us either above or below expectations to give us a trend. If it does come on as on forecast, we're going to be seeing more of a range. But regardless, we're going to take today just like we take any day, and we're going to come up with our trade plans. We're going to come up with our trade scenarios, and we are going to kick butt and take profit. So, guys, if you're ready to make some money, smash that like button because market in the morning starts right now. Yo, Luke, good morning, Luke. Eric, what's going on? Abdullah, what's going on? Ted, hello, good morning. Piyush, good morning. Uncle Banks, what's going on, brother? Tomas, what's going on, man? Love you, bro. One love, always, man. I love it, man. Caps lock off and everything. That's a guy right there. That's a homie right there. All right, let's get started. Let's dive right into it. For anybody who doesn't know what PCE is, it is price consumer expenditure. So it's how much people are spending. Now, because it's core excludes energy and food. So what we can do, if you don't know what something is and you use a tool like Market, is you could come to Ask Market and you can say, what is core PCE? It's going to transcribe, and then guess what? We're going to send it through and it's going to give us some information. Core PCE Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index excluding food and energy is the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge. It measures price changes for consumer goods and services, stripping out volatile food and energy costs to show underlying inflation trends. Why it matters. Fed policy anchored, the Fed's target 2% core PCE inflation reading above pushes towards hawkish. So if we're higher than expected, we stay higher than our forecasted read, that is more bearish on things like the S&P, the Nasdaq, and gold, because it is showing the Fed might have to be a bit more hawkish to either hold or hike interest rates. Below, it's going to open the door to interest rate cuts, which is more bullish. So broader than CPI, this covers more categories and adjusts for how consumers substitute goods when prices shift, giving a smoother read. Market mover, hotter than expected core PCE strengthens the dollar and pressures rate-sensitive assets like gold and equities. A cooler prints to do the opposite. Release schedule is monthly, so this is a strong report. It's not something like an initial jobless claims that comes out every Thursday. This is a monthly report, typically the last Friday of the month at 8:30. It is already 8:25, guys. So we're going to look into this. We're going to see how we can expect. So how can we prepare? What are we forecasted? Let's go check our economic calendar now. Awesome, guys. Sweet. Good morning, everybody. Deidre, good morning. Piyush, good morning. Ed Sarah, good morning. Sans, hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's check our core PCE year over year is our most important forecast we want to be looking at. And that is going to be forecasted at 3.3%. Our bank forecast is also 3.3%. Prior is 3.3%. So they're expecting no change on our core PCE. Guess what, guys? That gives us the insight right off the bat that this range we've been seeing on NASDAQ that has been shifting lower, the range we've been seeing on ES, which has been extremely range bound even since last Thursday, might hold up. So if we're going to hold range bound, then guess what? We're following the ideology of sell high, buy low. So I will look to see, can we find some shorts on the ES near the 77.04 if we come on forecast? So PCE 3.3%, prior 3.3%. We could hit this analyze icon, guides Fed's timing for future rate cuts, signals durability of US disinflation trend, historically shifts USD and yields quickly. An upside surprise could revive hike expectations. Right now, there is a solid 67% chance that there are no rate hikes in September. That is a good sign for markets. It gives markets and investors the opportunity to breathe a little bit there. However, if we come on higher than forecast, that brings that shift, that brings rate hikes right back on the table. But if it's lower than forecast, that would be a fantastic sign. So let's take a look and let's ask market, how can we prepare for PCE? How can we prepare for PCE data, and what can we expect? There we go. Pull the upcoming PCE report, market cut expectations, and the playbooks. So right now, look at that 68% chance of no change, 72% chance of no change, and December is also a good chance of no change. See, scroll up here now. How to prepare above, we know that is more bullish for the USD. Gold would be more bearish. Sticky inflation lifts September's hike odd expectations and real yields. Now, if it's pressuring yields to the upside, that doesn't just have a bearish correlation on gold, but it has a bearish correlation on US equities like the S&P and NASDAQ. On forecast, neutral confirms the current path. Gold stays range bound with a slight more bullish tone, and it does help. Well, it doesn't really help. ES and NQ will stay within that range as well. Below forecast would be a phenomenal read. We can only hope that it comes out at 3.2%. It is 8:28 right now. We have PCE in a minute and a half. I want to know what you guys think we're going to come out as, bullish or bearish on PCE. I'll see if I could pull up a poll real quick. PCE higher or lower? Higher, lower, add option on forecast. Now guys, if you're in any trades going into PCE, unless you have some type of advantage or some type of edge going into it where you know that, okay, core PCE, we're going to be lower because oil or because this has been dropping lately. Now remember, core PCE doesn't measure energy, so it's not going to really measure that whole inflation situation. So comment 1 if you think it's going to be higher than it forecast, 2 if you think it's going to be lower, and 3 if you think it's going to be right on forecast. I unfortunately think we're going to be seeing a 3. I think we're going to be on forecast. We have 20 seconds left, so you guys better vote fast. Smash that like button if you haven't already, man. We're already at 100 and something viewers. Love to see it this early in the morning. Get us started on the right path. It is Wednesday. We are rocking and rolling. Already went through my pre-market prep. I have my levels planned out. We're just ready for the day now. All right, let's see. It's going to be right on forecast. Okay. Ooh, a little higher. Right there it is, right on forecast. PCE price index, so not core, was higher than forecast. So that would be, if we hit our analyze icon right here, that would be a bit more of a bearish sentiment. Bullish on the dollar, bearish for NASDAQ, bearish for gold. Okay. US preliminary GDP second estimate too also came on forecast. So getting a whole lot of on forecast right here. Nothing crazy, nothing big. You guys are spot on. It was on forecast today. Yeah, it feels right on forecast, right? And something else, right? We're anticipating a big economic event, and that economic event being Jackson Hole. That's going to be coming on this Friday. So this data doesn't really help give us an idea of a shift of that event. Look at the reaction we're getting here. We're getting some headlines up over here on MRKT, but it's really not giving us the smoothest and strongest of trends. So we're going to be patient, let markets play out. Tons of headlines here. Let's pull up our market add-on. This is our Chrome extension, but it's breaking news only. We could also put it to economic data, which will give us the read on that econ data as well. But very good. Very good. Let's go to breaking news. Prelim spending up 3.4%. I'd like to see ES try to sweep near this pre-market low over here for some possible longs if we do stay within this range. We're seeing some selling pressure. This is due to most likely the fact that, well, we just went over it. PCE, not core PCE, PCE price index year over year was higher than forecast, right? It was 0.1% higher than forecast, sitting at the max of the range. So that would help support the bears more than the bulls, but not on the strongest amount. If it was 3.8, that'd be a lot more bearish. 3.7, it's just hitting that max right now. And guys, we're going to be joined by Seb later today. Seb 1.0, Seb 2.0, I believe. Oh no, Imre's on Chart Fanatics today. Seb 2.0, Seb Squared is going to be on Chart Fanatics tomorrow. But just waiting right now. Ideally, what I would like to see with the data that came out, I'd like to see us try to chop our way back higher again and find a resistance point right up here to go short on the ES. If we don't get that, then we really just have to stay patient at this point. ES, NASDAQ. We can take a look at gold now. I know a lot of gold traders in here. Don't yell at me about it yet. I'll pull it up right now. Gold, I was hoping to see a bit of a similar situation. Now, take a look at gold over here. Gold on the daily time frame. You guys know me by now. You guys join market in the morning every day. You know that I look for these areas for strong liquidity sweeps, right? And those are going to be areas that tend to be very close together. We'll look at Monday's low and now look at Tuesday's low. They are just, let's see. Monday's low is at 46.59. Tuesday's low is at 46. Is that 59? 46.59, and then Monday's low is at 46.51. They are less than 8 points away from each other. That's a strong spot where markets can go grab volume, grab liquidity, and then reverse back higher. Now, I do want to point out yesterday's trade setup. You guys remember we were looking for these lows to be taken out over here and price to reverse, and that's exactly what price did. We came into, I'm going to turn off the Kevin indicator for a moment. Came into this, we swept, we pushed higher, retest, and we continued. Those longs did very well on gold. Well, because we're getting a little bit of a mixed data, I want to be patient, let markets play out. It was higher than forecast on PCE. It was on forecast for core PCE. Awesome, guys. Look at that reaction. Big bearish reaction there off the core being higher than forecast. Elsa, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. U.S. short-term interest rate futures slightly trim earlier gains after economic data. Well, what do you mean? What's that mean? Or U.S. preliminary Q2 consumer spending is up 3.4%. Let's hit our explain icon here and see what exactly we mean by that. Awesome, guys. Let's see. Kevin, can you show us how the results... Can you see how the results again? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Pull up our market dashboard. So this is our market economic calendar. We had core PCE right here. So core is excluding energy and food because those are a little more volatile. PCE, price index, is including food and energy. Now that was the one that was higher than forecast. That's what's currently supporting a bit more of a bearish move right now on the S&P, on the NASDAQ, and on gold as well. Does that mean we want to just jump in randomly into a short? No. If core PCE also was higher than forecast and PCE was higher than forecast, yes, that would be giving us a much better short opportunity. Right now, we wouldn't want to trade against it, though, right? We are still reading that data as a bit more bearish. So, those shorts, most likely short-term, are going to play out here. Again, does that mean to just jump in a random short position? Absolutely not. We want to be patient. We're near the bottom of our range right now on ES and NQ. There's no reason to feel the need to force trades at this point. We're at a low volume area right over here between 76.80 and 76.78. GC, we see that we are at the bottom of our range. Our point of control from yesterday is at 46.96, which lines up near VWAP. We also have some areas to the downside to take over. So I do think gold does want to try to make its way lower here off of that data. I'd like to see gold head towards 46.51. And on XAU USD, I'd be looking for around 46.06. A sweep of 46.06 would be nice. What's up, Dylan? Good morning. Turtle soup sweep on gold. All right, cool, man. Cool. Yo, what I would love you guys to do is if you see a trade set up or you guys want me to analyze or share one of your charts, join our Discord community. It's a free community to join on MRKT. Going to grab that right now for you guys. General. I'm going to send you guys the invite to the market Discord community. It's a free community to join. Come join that. And I want you guys to, in the general chat, drop any screenshots or market analysis that you might see. Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's our pleasure. We love doing these live streams. Love giving you guys a good platform to actually understand how economic data actually works. And yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. Very good, very good. Gold trying to hold. Now, this is also one of the main reasons I'm not like, oh, wow, PCE was higher than forecast. I need to go short right now because we're at the bottom of our range from the past few days on GC and XAU USD. It wasn't full data saying that, oh, we have to be bearish because core PCE was right on forecast. So it's sort of that standstill, right? We're getting that mixed reaction right now. So we want to be patient, right? Be a patient trader. Wait for those levels that we have anticipated from our pre-market prep. Zelensky, here we go, some distraction tactics. Zelensky says Ukraine is now in contacts with U.S. discussing ways to achieve peace. Sure they are, of course, definitely, for sure. U.S. preliminary Q2 PCE price index plus 5.3 over PCE consensus. Where is that 5.3%? Let's see. I'm not seeing that 5.3%. We could pull up. That might be maybe in a different category, maybe under medium. So here we go. GDP deflator preliminary. We could see how that reads. Bullish. So we are getting a mixed bag of data, and yet some of it is leaning a bit more bearish. Some of it is a bit more range. Some of it's a bit more bearish. So mixed, but leaning bearish right now. So we do want to be a little careful on taking any trades, forcing any shorts at lows, or forcing any longs, knowing that our data is released and showing us a little bit more of a bearish tone. Amazing, guys. Great. Great. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This has been a great start to the stream. It is only 8:40. We've been doing this for about 20 minutes now. Got some levels mapped out. We're prepared for the day. Can you look at silver? I have a bullish thesis on it, and I was anticipating a low of the week. Is that LOTW? To being formed yesterday. So let's take a look at silver for our homie over here, Pup Chummy. It's an interesting name. Silver. Let's see. Silver. Got some key levels on silver that we've been respecting. Great area that we respected yesterday. Yeah, similar aspects. Silver's got a lot lower volume. Silver's got a lot lower volume, so I'd be careful on it. I would really be trading it level to level. If we do break below 68.60, I'd look for a break of this next low right here, and a retest near that key level to then play to the next level, 67.60. So about $1 move there off of that zone, off of that trade setup. Awesome, guys. Great. Any questions, any assets you guys want me to cover, please let me know. Right now, it is a matter of being patient, but understanding that the data has come out with a bit more of a bearish sentiment. NQ. Oh, also, guys, something that you should know. We have NVIDIA earnings today after the bell. So, not for nothing, right? Markets love giving us a range before some type of earnings report. NASDAQ, I was looking to see if we can move into this area. Yesterday, we called out the exact bottom on NQ. This was at 10:30. We had that wick. I was looking for that 29,140. We wicked right into 29,138. 2 points, hit it right on the head. And then we reversed from there, went right back to that supply zone. That is a 156-point move right there. At this point, I'd like to see if NASDAQ does want to break this low again, give us a reversal, a pullback, look for another 100 to 150 points on NQ. I do want to be extra patient. And if anything, I also want to wait for some type of analysis or some type of trade setup to occur during the New York session if I'm looking at ES and NQ. Share your idea for gold today. I got you, absolutely. So I'm going to cover GC first. GC and XAU they have similar price action. The price levels are just a little off, so just be aware of that. And then I'll share XAU as well so you guys see what those price levels are too. So let's go to our 15-minute time frame. And the first thing we note is what? We've been bullish, but when we start to zoom in, what have we been doing since Monday? We've been ranging. Monday was a range lower, found support, we ranged higher overnight, we ranged lower overnight, we ranged higher in New York session, we ranged lower overnight so far today. I wanted to see on gold, XAU, and GC, can we sweep our previous day low and Monday's low and then find support? That's ideally what I would like to look for on GC today. So sweep of some lows, start to reverse, and then we will look for a long position off of that. Yo, Matt, good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. What are you looking for today? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What asset are you trading? Because it's great that you guys join these streams. I'm always so happy to have people either in this stream, in my own trade room streams, wherever. I'm always happy to help guide you guys, give you some confidence, give you some insights, and give you some strong knowledge and education. But it's important that you're actually soaking in some of this information. You're understanding it and it's making sense to you, so you could then take advantage and become the consistent trader that you are set out to be. Sitting on your hands, I got you, Piyush. Absolutely, bro. I feel that. Me too. We'll wait for this. We have 1 minute for the 15-minute candle to close, and it does look like we swept some lows on gold from pre-market lows, and we're trying to hold. If gold can close above this 46.80 level, I would look to see if gold can start reversing here on the 15. And remember, we're not looking for a huge move. Wow, a big breakout trade higher. No, we're just looking for gold to trade back to the top of its range over here. So if gold can close above this demand zone, above this 46.81, I will look for a possible long entry targeting the open price, and then even targeting that next supply area. We have 25 seconds left, so we're going to have to start wicking higher now. If we don't have a trade setup. It's that simple. Create scenarios and create setups for yourself that have to be triggered off of specific moves. I'm waiting for Turtle Soup Mountain Sweep on gold. Bird, bro, that's funny, man. Listen, you know what? I'm all about jokes. I'm all about having fun in the market. I'm also all about, ICT, the whole I can't trade thing. But we have to realize too that every strategy, if given the right risk management, given the right follow through of structure, given the right consistency where you're following it over and over, you're not strategy hopping, can work. There's no strategy that's impossible to use. There's a strategy for everybody. There's successful traders with RSI. There's successful traders with moving average. There's successful traders with ICT. There's successful traders with order flow. Everything under the sun works, just like everything under the sun doesn't work. If you have poor discipline, you have poor trading psychology, it doesn't matter what you trade. It doesn't matter how many strategies you try. You're going to have a bad time. There has to be something in it or it wouldn't work for as many. Yeah, that's right. And what's in it, and what I'm referring to all strategies and systems, is proper discipline, proper structure. You need structure to find consistency. Gold looks okay to try to continue lower here. I'm not going to jump in long in shorts here on gold. I'm just not a fan of selling lows like this. However, with the economic data, it is leaning more bearish right now. And what we can do too is, guess what? Let's ask market. New chat. We just had a bunch of economic data at 8:30 today. How did it come out? And how is it going to impact the markets that I trade? Guys, it's like having Jarvis for trading. Yo, what's up, Ryan? You can't change my mind on ICT trade. Listen, Piyush, to each his own. To each his own. This morning, 8:30, we got a heavy data drop. PCE inflation, the Fed's preferred gauge, came in hotter than expected on the headline, 3.7% year over year, which again is more bearish. That's why, like I said, I'd be a bit more interested in the shorts on gold off of the data. But levels wise, I'm not at a level I wanted to ask. Yeah, GVAI, exactly. Exactly. Except it's not calling you names if you ask a question. Nah, I love you, Jeeve. Jeeve is a goat, man. Jeeve and the lab, they're great. They're absolute legends, man. What markets do you trade? Gold, oil, I trade. So let's tell it. I trade gold, the S&P, and NASDAQ futures. But it's already telling us higher than expected. GDP deflator, also surged. Yeah, so everything was unfortunately higher than expected, which would be more bearish. However, core PCE wasn't, but the data is leaning a bit more bearish today. Just to keep that in the back of your mind if you do try to take any longs today. While market loads, take a look, let's see. Let's pull up NQ on the left-hand side over here. We'll keep NASDAQ on the left. We'll keep gold on the right. Man, bro, I need that energy drink right off the bat. Let's have fun today. Let's make some money today. Guys, if you're excited, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get hyped up. Let's get energized. Let's have fun. Let's make some money. Let's learn. I like to make sure that when we're learning in the markets, we're also enjoying and having a little fun as well. When you feel like you're trying to learn something, think of it like school-wise, right? And some of you maybe way back in the day, myself too, way back in the day, when you're learning a subject you don't want to learn, you're moping around, you're just your hands on your face, you're bored, you're forcing yourself through it. If you're forcing yourself through it, you're not subconsciously and you're not psychologically picking it up and holding real strength into what you're learning. But if you're enjoying what you do, you have that ambition to trade, you have that strong certainty, you have that clarity, you like what you're doing, you like what you're learning, you're not only going to have a good time doing it, but you're really going to grasp it a lot better than the next guy who feels like they're forcing it. All three of your markets sold off on the hotter than expected PCE. The data reinforced higher for longer Fed expectations. So boom, right there. Thank you, market. Just gave us our forecast. Gave us our trade setups. Bang, yo, that's so cool. Look at this. It gave us the PCE price index for each asset we trade. Gold, ES, and NQ. That's really cool. Oh man, and even the breakdowns, this is great. Wow, man. Ask Market is amazing. Gold trying to hold. This is why we don't just grab a random short. I'd rather see if we do have a better sell opportunity somewhere. You could check the Kev indicator, see if there's any supply areas. The only area of resistance we really have is this 1 hour up here. Now we could open our chart up a little higher, check our 1 hour time frame, and yeah, look at this. 1 hour resistance. Opening price levels right there too, 47.15, and PCE was higher than expected. This is the area that I'm looking to take a short on gold today. Even if we take it within this range and trade the range, we're looking at a 3-to-1. If we end up tightening our stop loss when we get our entry, 4-to-1 and higher. Give us a clear gold trade when market gets stable. Yeah, we will. I definitely will. Once markets get stable, we find a good trend, we find a consistency, we will. But right now, we have to be able to recognize the market conditions we're currently seeing. Market conditions we're currently seeing on gold is a bit of a mixed bag. We were just very bullish over the past while now on gold, right from here. For about 26 days, we've been very bullish on gold. But lately, we've been pulling back, right? So we've been creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. But now we started creating some lower lows, lower low, lower high. Now I'd want to know, do we create a lower low, pull back, create another lower high, or do we hold this area, pull back and stay range bound and also create a lower high right here? So ideally what we're doing is we're being patient. Yeah, Abdul, this isn't signal bots, man. We're not a signal bot. What do you learn from a signal bot? You learn absolutely nothing. What happens when your signal bot gives you a wrong trade? You think this doesn't work and you move on to the next one. Guess what? Guess where your trading journey goes when you have that mindset? It goes in the garbage. You learn nothing. You waste time, you waste money, you blame everybody else. That's bad psychology, bad habits, bad trading. You want to be an independent trader. You want to learn from somebody who's teaching you something that's important, that's valid, that you can repeat. You don't want to just, oh, let me join the stream and they're just going to give me some call outs. That'll be nice. And of course, we give call outs, right? Always tell you guys when I'm in a trade, what trade I take, where my stop loss is, and the reason behind it. The reason I do that is so you guys understand why I'm taking the trade, why the bias is this, why the bias is that, and how you can trade it as well. If I didn't do that and I was just like, oh yeah, short gold over here, put your stop loss near the high, good luck. Then what do we have? We don't have anything, man. I am learning from you every day. Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, Lou says best, right? That's why trading is a boring thing. Trading is boring, right? Imagine just looking at the chart by yourself. You're just, you're waiting. Now, something else that everything always plays back to psychology when it comes to trading. You're sitting here, you're looking at charts, you're doing it on your own, and then all of a sudden the market starts moving and you feel like you got to enter because you don't want to miss the move. You enter, you get stopped out immediately because you didn't trade off your predetermined level, and then you're like, oh my God, trading's a scam, I can't do this, yada yada. Trading's not a scam. Every industry is able to make money. Every industry takes time, and everything that's worth it takes time and effort, right? You can't just go to school for a year and become a doctor or become a surgeon. You can't just go to school for a few months and become a lawyer or an attorney. Same difference, tomato. But you can take your time in trading, learn from somebody. You can cut corners, get a mentor that's in a position that you're looking to be in so they can tell you, listen, skip all of this. I'm going to teach you how to build structure. I'm going to teach you how to build foundation. I'm going to teach you why markets are moving higher, why markets are moving lower. Let's put our session volume profile up here. And first thing I notice is this is where 70% of our volume has been traded today. There we go. There's some volatility kicking in there. I want to see a breakdown and retest. I'm either looking for shorts up here on a pullback after we come out of this range, or I'm looking for a breakdown and retest of a low volume area once we start breaking below the lows of today. I'm not taking the breakdown because if you take a breakdown, guess what would have happened if you just took shorts on that breakdown right here? You would have took those shorts, been triggered in, had a random stop loss, and look at what happens to you almost immediately. Boom. Ready? It's going to stop you out. Markets are going to say, you thought, bang, because we're still trading off of our levels. I know this is a support area on gold since Sunday night, which is Monday overnight. So I know it's going to take some chop to break through this. I don't want to sell lows. If anything, if I do have good confidence, I want to sell a pullback. Amazing, guys. Yo, Yusuf, good morning, brother. Pup says, do you think price might consolidate into next month in anticipation of a new month creating an open to low and then high to close? I don't think we're going to consolidate into next month. It is already, though, the 26th, so we can. What I would be a bit more interested in seeing is how we react and how we trade off of the Jackson Hole event. So let's see, gold pushing lower. Let's also look at how the dollar's reacting. DXY is going to be your dollar index. Dollar's flying. That does help support gold to the downside. So does that mean if I'm saying I don't want to sell the lows, does that mean this short setup right here isn't going to play out? Absolutely not. It just means I personally do not see an A+. I do not see a high probability trade setup. If I don't see a high probability trade setup, I'm not taking the trade. Sarah says gold up or down. That's right. Gold's either going up or down. That's absolutely right. Spot on right there. Let's give you a little good job. Well done. Now, so we're looking for gold to try to find some continuation to the downside because of the economic data that came out. But myself, I'm not taking a random trade here, although the dollar's pumping, which is a good sign. I want to be patient. Gold has been in a more bullish regime lately. We did have more bearish news on the data report, but that doesn't mean I just want to sell a random low. Awesome, guys. Sweet. Very good, very good. Be patient. Let it play out. And again, like I said, that doesn't mean we're not going to continue lower. It just means I don't see a high quality setup. If I don't see a high quality setup, why would I take it? If you don't see a high quality setup, why would you take it? If you took a random trade here, where would your stop loss be? Would you just throw it randomly 5 points higher or 6 points higher? Or would you put it at a structural point? It should be at a structural point, but it should also be looking for a proper entry. Before you enter a trade, you have to be able to answer a few things. You have to be able to answer, where's my entry right here? Where's my stop loss? And your stop loss shouldn't be, oh, I always risk 5 points on gold, so that's where my stop loss will be. No, your stop loss should be where your analysis on your position is considered wrong. Your take profit is obviously where your trade was considered right, but your stop loss, which is more important, is where your analysis is considered wrong. Let's see. New 4-hour and NYSE coming soon. Yep, absolutely. Something to note, I just want to let you guys know here on GC versus XAU USD. Here we go. Getting some volume kicking in here on the ES and NQ. Might see a bit of a down move. So GC, XAU USD, we do have a new 4-hour in a minute, but for GC, we have a new 4-hour in an hour and 1 minute. So you do want to be a little careful. They do form a little bit differently. So look at this, Forex, the new 4-hour opens at 5 p.m. Eastern, whereas futures, the 4-hour opens at 6 p.m. Eastern. So you do get an hour off on that, just so you guys know. Right now I'm waiting. My setup is either a pullback towards these highs to go short or a breakdown, and I'll take the retest of a new low volume area that formed. So I'll look for volume to get heavy. I'll look for a breakdown, consolidation, pullback, reversal off of that pullback back to the downside. Would be more continuation, not so much of a reversal. Beautiful. Amazing, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So we are still more bearish buys, but we're not forcing any trades at this point. Guys, if you're here on YouTube, smash that like button. If we round it up to 100 likes, we will do a free MRKT AI 1-month account giveaway. So check that out. Smash that like. There's that gold breakdown. Beautiful. I said just because I'm not taking it doesn't mean it can't play out. It just means I don't see high quality in taking shorts at lows. And I'm sure Nalab and Jeev would agree with me in that you don't want to be selling lows. Awesome, guys. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Bird is also an OGCH member. He also catches big moves. Nice. Let's go, Bird. The bird with the word. Bird, 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 bird is the word. Couple references right there. Anderson .Paak, Bird with the Word. It's a great song. And then there's another old song that, what was that other old song? Bird is the Word. They referenced that if you guys watch Family Guy. Stupid, I know, but gotta keep a little light. All right, looking to see gold sweep out these 2 previous day lows. If I am short, I would be looking for those lows to be taken out. Do you think gold is just retesting 4,600 and moving back up? Well, the economic data is suggesting we might be trying to move lower. So I don't want to be the trader that also tries to predict the bottom. Right now, I'll trade off my zones, I'll trade off my levels, and I'll trade with the fundamentals, but I won't trade thinking that I'm catching a falling knife, thinking that I'm calling the very bottom. Like, oh, gold just rejected new low of day right here, I got to go long. Well, guess what? If you did that for the past 4 new low of day breaks, you would have gone long, been stopped out. Gone long, been stopped out. Gone long, been stopped out. So why would you think now is when it's going to start to reverse? But guess what? If we do start to reverse, we do take out some recent highs, we will know and we're prepared. We can look for something like that. But right now, we're being patient until markets give us a better answer. Yeah, there you go, surfing bird. There we go, Eric. Yes, sir. That's awesome. Guys, it's already 9 o'clock. Who's having fun this morning? Who's learning this morning? Knowledge is power. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing, 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 amazing. Thank you, MRKT, for this beautiful terminal that answers any and every question that we might have about economic data, about fundamentals, about bias, about headlines that come out. And thank you, Market, for having me on for Market in the Morning every day with you wonderful people for this free live stream for you guys. I really do hope you are all enjoying it and seeing nice structure and seeing strength and momentum in your own trading journey. My goal here is to not just give you fundamentals, but my goal here is to show you how to use market properly, how to read fundamentals, how to read economic data, and also to build a stronger trading psychology. I want to be able to help you go from, oh my God, I just shorted lows on gold, I got stopped out, to, you know what, Kevin taught me I shouldn't sell the lows. Even if the data comes out, I should still be waiting for my levels to trade off of and take those shorts off of the data that came out. Now that's the trade I'm going to take, because that will keep you out of so many stop hunt opportunities that you really shouldn't be putting yourself in. Absolutely, guys. It's my pleasure. My freaking pleasure. I love doing what I do here, Market in the Morning with you guys. I love streaming. I love trading. I love teaching. I love helping people. I wouldn't trade this for the world. Maybe the world so I could hit a bigger audience and do the same thing, but I wouldn't trade this for anything, guys. I love being here with you guys every morning. Make sure you smash that like button, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel and join us every day, Monday through Friday. US 30? I don't know, Alex. Can I check US 30? I'm gonna have to see about that. Let me hit up the homies, and of course I can. Why wouldn't I check US 30 for you? US 30 giving us a bit more bearish momentum. And what's cool too, let's ask market. Let's go back to our ask market terminal over here and say, well, what about the Dow? Dow's the US 30, the industrials. I'll pull the Dow futures reaction to this morning's data. Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you, market. Thank you, Jarvis. Dow futures held up better, barely moved, closing 0.03%, just 16 points. Candle whiplash, still having a more bearish reaction. So all of these indices are going to be giving us a more bearish result off of the reports that came out today. So something I would look for on the Dow is I'd be marking out previous day high and previous day low. I would recognize we just failed previous day high and possibly look to see, can we move lower and head towards that previous day low on a breakdown? Yo, Thomas, TMI, bro. Let's take back our NASDAQ. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. I'd be very patient on the Dow right now. Really see, can we break these lows? So Dow's given us that situation where, we have these low-hanging fruit levels that I call it, where it's a liquidity sweep level here, a liquidity sweep level here, liquidity sweep level here. All these people waiting to be stopped out. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Great. Great, great, great. We start breaking this, look for a retest to go short. We don't break it, we don't take a trade. I'm coming gold analysis. Yo, I got you, homie. I got you. We went over gold a few times already today. We'll do it again one more time for you. We'll pull the dollar up on our left-hand side right here. Dollar still has some nice momentum. It looks like it did break this resistance point. Yep, dollar trying to break and close above this resistance area right here. It did already close above it on the 5-minute. But we are back within it. But yeah, this could be a short opportunity on gold on this pullback. What have we seen recently? We've seen these pullbacks get sold off. So wouldn't we rather take a short on a pullback somewhere up here and have a stop at a recent high than take a short on a breakdown and possibly get wicked out? Yes. But again, same situation where I'm not forcing trades at this point. I'm not trying to take a trade that I know isn't actually there right now. And again, that doesn't mean it's not going to play out. It just means I can see high quality in this trade. I do think gold will continue lower. I'd love to see gold continue lower and take out our previous day low, which is Tuesday's low, and then Monday's low. This is Tuesday's low right here, 46.59. This is Monday's low, 46.51. Very close together. We sweep those. We're going to see when we break these levels, the volume analysis down here, volume is going to spike because of all the liquidity being swept at that area. So I do think gold continuation shorts are going to play out. Does that mean I'm going to force any trades or try to take anything that's not really there? Of course not. Awesome, guys. Great. Any questions? Let me know. This has been a phenomenal start to today's stream. We are going to have Seb join us in about 20 minutes or so, unless he gets called into a meeting again. I know that happened last time, but it should be cool, calm, and collected, ladies and gentlemen. Great, great job. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Guys, I will say if you are part of my Trading Pioneers community, it's where I go live after we do these market in the mornings. It's also where I do my own morning analysis too before market in the morning. Sometimes there are fake Kevins on Discord. So my account name is Trading with Kev. This account name is Trading with Kev with 2 eyes. That is not me. This is my only Discord account. Just wanted to let you guys know. Let's see if I could find that. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Look at that, gold continuing. So again, my bias on gold is still short. I just don't see that A plus entry right now. If I don't see an A plus entry, that means I don't have a valid stop loss. If I don't have a valid stop loss, that means there's a good chance the market will try to stop me out. If that's the case, I don't want to be that trader that forces a trade because I want to make some profit. We all want to make profit. That's the goal of trading, but that's secondary to learning the actual skill of being able to trade. Awesome. Awesome. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ and ES. NQ trying to continue lower, but look at this. It's at support. It's trying its best to hold. I'd want to see a reaction off 29,097. NAS looks like it is trying to move lower towards that zone. And the long term is better for our mental health to take trades with only good quality. That's absolutely right. Once you start taking trades that don't meet your standards or your criteria or are considered low quality, guess what that does? That enforces bad habits. I don't care if this trade setup that I set up over here plays out and I didn't take it. It was a 3.5 to 1. I don't care because guess what? It could have stopped me out and I would have ended up frustrated. I would have said, oh my God, why would I take that trade? I knew that it wasn't high quality. Why would I do that? And guess what? If you take a random trade and it does play out, believe it or not, you would think that's good, but that's actually worse because now it's instilling bad habits and you're going to think that's okay to do. That is not okay to do, ever. We do not want to do anything that builds bad psychology or bad habits in our trading. NASDAQ looks better to the downside, but does that mean I'm taking a random short here in an area that was support yesterday? Absolutely not. We want high quality only. Gold pulling back again. This would be areas where I would consider gold shorts, but I'm not just going to take a random short position. Look, this could play out. If you see it and you're like, Kevin, what are you talking about? That's high quality. Then yo, go for it by all means. Just because it's not a setup for me doesn't mean it's not a setup for you. Everybody has a different strategy and different system. We have the same bias for the most part. We should have the same bias because we're using a tool like market. We're able to understand how this all works. XAU USD, I got you, bro. Gold Olanda chart. So that's CFD. Same situation. We have our value area low right here that we rejected. We look like we're trying to break lower. It'd still be looking for a break of previous day low and then that Monday's low, which is right over here, which, like GC, is only 9 points away. Yes, sir. Kev, I like the simple explanation of the different 4-hour closure time on GC and XAUUSD. Also gets me thinking, how do the ICT turtles know which liquidity is swept? Bro, that's true, man. That's true. How do we know which algo's really moving markets with our ICT? No, but all seriousness, yeah, it's all, you know what it is? It's structure. All ICT is, and ICT is not the coded of the algo or not any of that fun stuff. What ICT is it's just structured trading. Order flow, structured trading. Supply and demand, structured trading. You as a trader, your goal, would think your goal is to make money. That's going to come afterwards. Your goal is to build a repeatable structure that you can come and use every single day. You can't have consistency without repeatability, and you can't get consistent if you're consistently doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If you're just getting in at low of day to go short because you want to see continuation and you get stopped out time and time again and you're blowing account after account after account and you're not making any changes, why would you expect your next account is going to be any different? You shouldn't. If it's not working for you, you lack some sort of structure, you lack the continuation, you lack some follow through, you lack the psychology. It doesn't matter. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. Nah, bro, Bat, you're good, homie. You're good. You're good. It's all fun here, man. We're all fun and supportive here. This is a very supportive community. Very happy to be a part of it and happy to lead it. Let's see. I don't want to see that right now. I know us. I gotta let them know that that's glitching. When you go from market, oops. We gotta let the homies know. We gotta let the homies know. If you do end up seeing this glitch, you just refresh and it will reload again. I'm going to let them know on the back end of that is currently broken. If you go to, what was it, Market TV tab? Market TV tab. Then back to another page. There goes gold continuing lower. Trying to, at least. Again, I don't see high quality. I'm not taking it. What's up, Samuel? Samuel, man, you're late to the party. Things have been rocking. Things have been rolling. We covered some analysis. We covered the economic data that came out. I would definitely recommend rewinding back to about 8 minutes into the show. That's when PCE came out. Go over about 5 minutes of that. Then come back to us being live. That'll get you caught up to speed. Here, Mark, another page. It glitches, and you can't close it. Awesome. Awesome. Look at that. Imagine shorting low of day on gold just for it to pop in your face. 5 points? No, thank you. I'm good. I'd rather not sell low or buy high. I'd rather buy low and sell high. But I'd also rather be able to understand the economic data behind it and say, okay, well, wait a minute. We have more bearish catalysts today. I don't want to buy low right now. Awesome, guys. Sweet. All right, they're already aware of it. How beautiful is that? These guys are killers, man. Absolute killers in the game. Oh boy, here comes some headlines. Trump says U.S. naval blockade in Hormuz is effective. Trump says Iranian leader Ayatollah seriously wounded. Trump says Ayatollah is not dead. Come on now. He's distraction tactic from bad PCE data. We see this happen all the time at this point. Boom, look at that drop we just had right there. Holy Goldie. There's that previous day low swept. Next target to the downside would be that Monday low, which is 45.94 on XAU. And if you do see momentum, you do see a trade, go for it. I'm not selling low of day. I never have and never will. It's not something that can prove consistency, in my opinion. Again, if you have a different strategy that has different specific parameters, go for it. But I'm not going to do that myself. And I would not lead somebody to doing that either. Take a look at the dollar, probably spiked on that. Trying to spike. So take a look at the dollar. Wow, dollar flew past those. Oh, no, there it is. Trying to hold above here. So dollar tries to hold, helps gold continue lower. So again, I do like gold to the downside. Those shorts are playing out well. Like I said, if you see a setup, go for it. I don't see one. I'm not taking it. Does that mean I'm going to miss out on making money? I guess you could say that. But does that mean I'm not putting risk on the table when I don't see an A+ setup? Absolutely. And I'd rather be doing that than be, I'm not making money now. I need to try to make money. No, be patient. Be very, very patient. Cool, guys. Sweet. Let's go. Check our 1 minute here. Now we could put a new volume profile right here when the volume kicked in at 8:30. Same situation, very range bound here. Would not want to be a seller of the lows, would also not want to be a buyer of the lows because of the economic data. Dollar, 10-year, 2-year gold, IAU, all against gold today. I'm chilling. There you go. There you go. Listen, it's important. It's just as important to know when to trade as it's important to know when not to trade. Imagine, oh my God, imagine that. Imagine you were like, oh wow, gold's going to continue. I got to take these shorts. And then it popped up 13, 14, 15 points against you. Oh my God, liquidated. I'm liquidating. I have a gold support at 45.82. Let's pull up our GC chart. 45.82 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. Got some music references in here today, man. Who's having fun? 45.82. 45.82. Nice, bro. Look at that. I have a daily demand zone down there. 45.80. Yeah, so I'd like to see that data give us a nice reading continuation to the downside. If we can't break 46.50 and stay below it, it's going to continue. Oh, on XAU? Got you, bro. Thought you were trading futures. 45.82. Let's see. Let's put on our Kev indicator so that we don't have to go back and find it ourselves. Bang. 45. Yeah, 4 hour. 45.84. Cool, bro. Lines up. Lines up. I see it. I see the vision. Mixing it up. Got you, bro. Awesome, guys. Let me know, what asset are you guys trading? Have you taken any trades? I'm going to put a poll up that's going to ask you guys, what asset do you trade? It's going to say, let's reset it. Reset, start and show. If you trade the S&P and NASDAQ, type 1. Gold, type 2. All 3, type 3. I want to know what a majority of you guys are trading. Yeah, DJ Kev, you already know. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Got a gold trader. What else do we have, guys? Comment 1 for ES and NQ, 2 for gold, 3 for all 3 of them. A lot of 2s popping up in here. Karina, good morning. Vicky, good morning. Minhal, hello. Elsa, good morning. Elsa, you've been quiet. You take any trades? Where's that 11 to 1? We want to see something killer. Lisa, good morning. Hello, everybody. Ryan, what's popping? The Bat, what's going on? Gold, a lot of gold traders in here. One of the best parts about gold, one of the best parts about trading in general is that it unites people around the world. Like, I'm in the US, I'm in New York right now. I know some of you are in Australia. I know some of you are in Iran, right? How crazy is that? The US and Iran are at war. Meanwhile, we're all here chilling and we got people from everywhere. This week has been ass. Yes, it has. Guys, vote on that. But I also want to know, once you're done voting on that, drop where you're from. Let's see where the market community here on Market in the Morning is from. I am from US, New York. Nah, man, our leaders in war. Yeah, exactly. Our leaders are in war. We're cool. We're cool homies. Yup. You already know, man. You already know. So look at that. Something I want to point out on gold today. Every time we make a new low, we don't continue. We pull back. But we're not reversing off the lows. We new low a day, pull back. New low a day, pull back. Why? Because we're in a support zone. We're not just going to break through, no problem. We're going to see support first. What do we got? We got Kenya. We got Australia on the Gold Coast. From Wakanda. From Canada. Awesome. Kenya. Sweet. Chicago. There we go. Fellow US. Let's get it. Florida. Awesome. Nice. Pakistan. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Nice. All over the place. Another Pakistan. Very cool. Just melt already. I want to go to sleep. Are you looking for shorts? Are you in shorts? Indonesia. Nice. From Morocco. Awesome. South Carolina. Very good. Look at that. We got everybody in here. We got the whole world in our hands. Awesome. Singapore. Very cool. Now, I used to know somebody from Singapore. Making me miss him. The old me would have taken five buy losing trades by now. Well, listen, man. Listen, Rashuma. I hope that the reason for you not taking those trades is because you're here and you're learning and you're actively bettering yourself as a trader. Come to Pakistan, dude. Be my guest. Bro, I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Had a buy limit order at 4,600. 4,600. Oh, so that's probably tapped you in those longs right there. All right, be careful because it is still counter trend trading. Right now, we are trying to break low, and we have to recognize the price action we've been seeing today. And the price action we've been seeing today is new low of day. Oh, let me get that back. New low of day. New low of day. You see how we're new low of day, pull back. New low of day, pull back. New low of day, pull back. New low of day, new low of day, new low of day. If you're in the longs, I would possibly consider, since you're already in profit, calling it a trade there, scaling out, taking that profit. You do want to be very careful. If you have confidence and you're like, no, I'm going to put my stop to break even, do that. If you have your stop at somewhere else, sure, that's fine too. I would just be very careful taking any long positions off of this currently more bearish market regime. And it's not bearish just because we're making new low. It's bearish because we had the economic data. Trump will look at regulators. Let's see. Any new headlines? Trump saying anything that's actually important? Trump says 10 million barrels of oil departed Hormuz on Tuesday. Oh, well, if Trump said it, it must be true. Kevin thought you were... No, bro. I am not. I don't know if you really thought that. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go with your joking there. So, progress, but annoying. Yes, progress to the downside, but annoyingly inconsistent progress to the downside. That is for sure. Awesome, guys. Let's go. Guys, if you haven't voted already, I'm going to shut that poll down in just a moment. What assets do you trade? Polls right here below me. Do you trade S&P and NASDAQ, gold, or all three? 1 for S&P, US equities, 2 for gold, 3 for all three of them. I personally trade all three of them. Yes, Elsa, I did get a haircut, right? It looks good. I gotta look good for my homies here on Market in the Morning. Thank you for noticing. Elsa gets a star. I gotta get I was thinking of getting a big whiteboard over here or something, so that'll help me make some videos, tutorial videos, educational type concepts, but also we'll make it fun too. Thank you. Silly joke, but yeah, go there and check it out. Beautiful country. All right, we'll do. Apologies for not. Yeah, I never need you guys to apologize. Come on now, that's silly. Done for the day. That was my predicted level. Good, you locked in those profits. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So you traded your plan, but you recognized price action is still more towards against you. You took the long, you took your profit, you called it a day. You didn't get in your head thinking, wow, I just called the exact bottom. Now we're going to reverse. Because there has been no true sign of that yet. We actually need to see price start to break recent highs first before we start to reverse. If we don't break recent highs, then guess what? We're not reversing. Oh boy, Yapathon is going on right now. Time to teach Canada, you can't do this anymore. Oh, where are my Canadians at? I'm so sorry. Piyush, Bird, don't be calling Elsa out like that. She can do whatever she wants. I'm not complaining. You guys don't complain either. Yes, sir. Killing it today. Fresh cut. Killing it on the looks. Killing it on the markets. That's how we do it here on Market in the Morning for you guys. Very happy to be here. Always happy to help guide you guys to a better and more successful trading career. Look at this, guys. NASDAQ. This 29,140. This was support yesterday. Perfect to a T. Guess what happened today? We held it again. Perfect to a T. Yeah, exactly. Elsa gets it. Nothing wrong with giving someone a compliment. Guys, compliments go a long way. Just like education goes a long way. You go compliment some stranger today, you're going to go make their day. Imagine you were on the streets, you were in town, and somebody goes, oh, I like your haircut. It looks like you got a haircut. Looks good. Oh, I love your outfit. Wouldn't that make your day? Wouldn't that make you feel good? We as people are here to help each other and lift each other up. We should not be trying to create wars within each other. We should not be ego tripping where it's only us. Guess what? It's not your world. We're not just living in it. It's everybody's world. We share it. We should all be here to help support each other, especially in the trading industry where it's one of the hardest industries to get involved in. That's it. That's it. Hey, there you go, Elsa. I appreciate that. I bust my butt for you guys, man. Every day. Every day I come into the market. I forget who said it. It was an artist that said it about their musician, about their performances, and they said that I come onto the stage every show and treat it like it's my first show ever. Guess what? I do the same thing for these Market in the Morning episodes. I treat every episode like it's the first episode where I'm teaching somebody, like it's like I have a brand new audience every time. So I want to get you guys on track. Oh my god, Trump said we can get by without Canada. Wow, what a headline, buddy. Yo, so somebody go tell Jeev and the lab because I don't think they're gonna agree with that one. That's really funny. I've got a friend from Canada too. New York session opened. I completely forgot that we're trading into New York session. What's his name? That's really funny. The USA can get by without Canada. What a wild statement. This guy's just so like unhinged. He's like, oh shoot, PCE data's higher than expected, inflation's higher. I'm not giving the Americans what I promised them when they elected me in. Oh, I better say something random to try to distract them. Gold holding up above that previous day low. If we do start, listen, we didn't break this support zone. We broke previous day low in reverse. If we do start breaking recent highs around 46.33, sure, we could possibly look for something to come in. Let's focus on real-time trading. That's it. That's it. Our focus right here when it comes to trading is to better yourself as a trader, create proper structure, but to make some money and focus on what's going on right now. We have no control over what Trump says. We have no control over how the economic data comes out. What we do have control over is how we trade it, how we manage our risks, and the trade setups that we look for. When are you inviting Jeeve on board? Milan, what's going on? So Jeeve used to come on Thursdays to market in the morning. And I know who Jeeve is. I know he's capital hungry. Everybody knows that, man. He's one of the co-founders of this beautiful terminal right here. He hasn't been on market in the morning in a little while. He's been very busy. He's a very busy dude. Obviously, he runs and owns Capital Hungry. He's always creating a lot of social media content for you guys. I'll see if he does want to come back on another episode sometime soon. But usually like a Thursday. Wow, look at that pump on NASDAQ there, man. Through the roof. Right to a resistance point. Do we want to buy high knowing the economic data was giving us more of a bearish sentiment? No. Awesome, guys. Sweet. Sweet. Look at that. I wonder if we start rejecting here. California Attorney General settlement with Meta includes default daily time limit of 2 hours for users under 18 that can only be lifted by a parent. That's pretty cool. I'm with that. You're doing amazing, Kev. Positive. Love the positive vibes. Yo, you got it, Lisa. Always. Only positive vibes, and always good price action and market analysis here on Market in the Morning. Guys, you guys remember yesterday somebody was knocking on the door? I think somebody's knocking again. Because we have the one, the only, hold up, I gotta hide this poll. The one, the only, Seb joining us. What is going on, Seb?
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Kevin. Thank you. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Does
Good
everybody
morning,
have good
bro.
coffee? Little coffee action or no? What's
There we
happening
go.
today?
Me no coffee. I got a Celsius. Coffee will
Me
destroy
no.
me. You guys wouldn't see me for hours.
Nice, but you got the substitute, man. Celsius. Let's go. No, but thank
That's
you
it.
so much for having me, Kevin.
Bro, it's always a pleasure, man. I love having guests on here, especially when there's somebody like you, somebody who's part of the market team and somebody who's actively trying to make a difference in other people's trading careers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
For
much. Yeah, it's
sure.
always it's always fun helping other people in trading, especially since it's such a strange niche that not
Yeah.
a lot of people know about, right? So it's
Nope.
good to have a good direction to people since I was that person once a long time ago. So yeah,
Yep.
excited, man.
Absolutely. So you want to share your screen and I'll pull it up and give us a bit of a rundown. We had PCE data earlier. PCE came in higher than forecast, but core PCE came on right on expectation. So let's see what Seb has to say about it, guys.
Yeah, first let me go ahead and just start. What I wanted to do now is when I come over, I want to start with Ask Market just to get a hold of it. As everybody knows, if you have not seen me before, I am a gold trader. I focus on gold. I don't do futures like Kevin. He's the master at futures. But if you have anything related to gold or stocks as a whole, S&P 500 or Nasdaq, I can let you know too. So, but first, of course, we do have Ask Market, our beautiful analyst. So I'm gonna ask, as per usual, when we start today, what am I going to trade on gold? That's a general question that anybody would ask. So let's go ahead and let him start there. But of course, if we go to the main dashboard, we couldn't already see that right now we are in a bullish market structure, in a trading bias, day trading bias, but we are having a reversal risk. Now, what does this mean? If we go to Ask Market, it will already have everything auto populated. So right now, what we're gonna see is what it's powering, what is pressuring the flip watch, and then this week's catalyst. As you know, on Friday we do have Jackson Hole. So right now, this week has been a little bit of the sidelines until Jackson Hole. This is gonna be for the Kevin War's first Jackson Hole, so very exciting. But as you know, he doesn't give that much forward guidance. Let's see if this Jackson Hole it will be a little bit different. Hey Bird, how are you, man? Pleasure to see you here. Good morning. But let's just read a little bit more before we get into the headlines and actually see what's going on. And I'm just going to put up my trade ideas as well here, and tell you what I think is going to be happening. So right now, powering is the Iran, Oman, Hormuz talks that are knocking oil prices lower. We do have inflation via oil channel that was capping gold earlier this week, and the U.S. debt above $40 trillion, which is out of this world, right? But now for the trade ideas, I'm gonna go ahead and look. We do have a support here, which we already respected in the 4603 areas. So going into my chart really quickly. Of course, I wanted to show you guys, well, people that don't know, you can have market here. I'll sign in a little bit. But right now, what I'm seeing is that we are in a consolidation area in the 1 hour time frame, and we are just bouncing off the 4600s and the 4648s. So my recommendation here is I wouldn't buy. Well, we could actually have a high risk, high reward buy right here, but I wouldn't do it. Why? There's a couple of things. I am a very patient trader. So what I do is I actually wait until I have a better broad idea of what is driving price in the market, right? Right now, I know that we're going to be on the sidelines for Jackson Hole until Friday. So my expectations is there's not going to be that much volume and volatility, especially with PCE already coming out today. And it wasn't that much of a change, if I'm being honest. So nothing crazy there with PCE. So right now, what I would do is not enter a buy here. If we start coming back down to the 4605s, 4600s, and we start respecting it, I would enter here a buy, and I would start targeting the 4648s, which is a beautiful around 400 pips. My stop loss would be below this, specifically this wick right here. If you guys can see it, it's going to be below this. So I'll put this right around here and target here. So that's a beautiful 123 RR right there. I always target 123 RRs. Why? Because if I get a winning trade, then I need to lose around three more trades to actually go back to my initial starting point in terms of balance in the account. So this is what will be looking for right now, which is very, very quick and easy to see. Now, of course, the reasoning behind will be having market with the day trading bias, which is bullish. Now we do have the reversal risk, but again, with Jackson Hole on Friday, I do believe we're going to be on the sidelines. Now, I do want to let you guys know this is going to be a lower lot trade. If we do manage to break this, my next expectation would be to the 45.78s. Now remember people, if by any reason we do lose this trade, right, we are targeting 123 RRs. So our next winning trade is not going to be double the profit, it's going to be triple, right? So that's how we do this in trading. We protect capital, and by protecting capital, we make more money. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Bro, 100%. I'm all about it. I always tell people here, right? If you're setting yourself up with good risk management where it's good risk reward, you're not moving your stop loss when you're already in a trade, which would double how much you're risking. You can trade with peace of mind that if you take a trade and lose, you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to make it back on my next trade. I have to make it back right now. If we're stressing that, oh my God, I got to make money, then you're not going to be able to psychologically be thinking. You're not going to be cool, calm, and collective. And the next trade you take is going to be a mess. The next trade you take has nothing to do with your last trade. You have to be consistent with your psychology, just like you're consistent with your strategy and system.
Correct. And you know what? This is funny enough. I was just reading Ask Market. I didn't get to this part. I like to do my own analysis before having a market actually give me that conviction. But as you can see, we're going to be targeting the 4690s and with, well, above the 45s, 55s pullback zone. So we're looking for literally that, right? We're looking for a pullback back to the 45, 45s, which is going to be around this area. And then, of course, if we break the 4600s. Now, these are phenomenal trades, but don't expect big movements, okay? We already got PCE earlier today. Don't expect nothing like, oh, right now we're going to get 500 pips. Okay, that's unrealistic, right? Unless we got Trumpy coming out with a banger headline, you know what I mean? And then
Trumpy.
that's gonna be game over. But until then, let's have our expectations lower and actually
Yeah.
protect capital, which we're gonna start making money. But what are you looking for, Kevin, on ES and Nasdaq?
Yeah, so Nasdaq, I'm actually looking to see if the shorts want to start lining up in here. We had a resistance point up here. We've already rejected this point a few times. Would like to see if these sellers are able to defend this area. Stops would be just right above that recent high we just made, and looking to trade it to the downside with that economic data that was released, but understanding that we have been fairly range bound. So like you said, never risk more than you're willing to lose. Look for good risk reward setups. This is a 7-1 from this zone back to the bottom of the range. So we could take a loss here, see it as a paper cut, and move on to the next trade setup. There's no issue with that. There is issue with jumping in, thinking you're right, taking profit early, extending your stop loss when you're already in the trade. Because the thing with extending your stop loss when you're already in a trade is you've already determined, okay, this is how much I'm risking and where my stop loss is. And then if you go against that, what you're doing is you're doubling your risk amount because you're still in that same amount of contracts. So you're better off, if you do get stopped out, taking the stop loss and looking for a re-entry. But I
I
am in some
completely
short sign
agree.
and queue up here.
Perfect. Completely agree. And if you're gonna be extending your stop loss, I mean, just make yourself this question. What is my supporting bias for me to actually extend it? Is it
Yep.
just emotions? Am I just wishing it stops a little bit lower now that I extended? Or what are you actually doing? So always have those questions before you actually do something like that because it is most probably being an emotion. Okay, it's driving your emotions and you just want that to happen, like, but it won't. Okay, let's be realistic. And
Yeah,
actually your trade is going phenomenal. I
yeah,
actually like
right?
that entry a lot, man. Yeah, it's going phenomenal.
Not bad so far, not bad. Just be patient. I'm definitely not a big fan of how that 15 is looking. We do have to find some continuation to the downside here. Very strong 15 off the open, but we rejected this point a couple times overnight. And again, if it stops out, that's fine. We're prepared for everything to happen in the market, whether it's a stop loss, whether it's a take profit. We are not here to force trades. We're not here to be right all the time. Losses are a part of the game. So if you're prepared for a loss, you're prepared to be in the game for the long run.
Exactly, exactly.
What are you
And
looking
another
for,
thing.
homie?
Yeah, I mean, for right now, same thing here. It looks like we are expecting the 4600s, the tap, the first tappity tap. Now, right now, I'm just looking for
Oh,
development. At the end of the day, we did, if you did get on a bias here, you got it on the lower of the range. So you do have room to play. But if not, I'm still being cautious and very, very picky with entering any trades. But did you see anything? I heard an ooh. So.
yeah. Yeah, that just spiked through stop.
Oh, look at that.
But listen, that's all right because we have stop loss here. So if it goes higher, unless it's some type of huge volatility trigger, it should stop you for where your set risk amount was. So what
Exactly.
do? We move on to the next one.
Exactly. Exactly. And people, I mean, that's what this is the game of trading. I mean, the
Yep.
probabilities sometimes are on your side, sometimes they're not. So that's why I like to repeat this a lot. Protect capital because you are going to have losers, okay? And it's fine. I mean, you can't be
Yeah.
perfect. Even institutional traders, I think they have like a 64% win rate, and that's crazy, you know.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, that would be my opinion right there. Now just going back to gold, if you saw at the beginning, I did tell you guys that this would have been a nice entry around the 46.14s. Now, again, if you did enter there, that's good on you. You are a high risk taker, and that's very good in the markets, of course. But do be careful with the stop loss. Now, I do have it around the 46.03s. There is a lot of probabilities that we can come back down here, make a double bottom, and then we continue back up into the range. But for the time being, if you did take here this trade, just be a little bit more patient and let's see how this plays out. If not, of course, I am eyeing the 4600s because I am expecting maybe a double bottom with the lower volume and volatility that we have around these times. But again, let's do see what happens, especially with PCE already out, Jackson Hole around the corner in around 2 days. It is very normal to have market participants on the sidelines.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Take a look at volume. See how volume's trading today. We saw yesterday volume was in around
Yeah.
60K off the open, whereas it's usually between 80 to 90,000 on the ES. So volume significantly lower. It's not volume leaving the market. It's volume sitting sideline for some type of event.
Exactly. The VIX is sitting straight in the 15s, almost 16s now. As you know, when the VIX, now, if there's new people here, let me just explain you a little bit about the VIX. Yeah, no problem, Mitch. It's my pleasure. The VIX right now, if you start seeing that we start spiking up, then you're going to start seeing volume and volatility spike up across the board now.
No.
As you can see, the spikes are not like a normal trend. More like VIX is if something happens, this just spikes like this, and then like it comes right back down. So it does tell you a lot of fear in the markets. So this is a tool for volume and volatility, just to see how the markets are reacting with fear specifically. Now, going back to, I haven't checked oil in a bit. Let me just go to oil really quickly. Hmm. So we are around the 81. So let me just do, I always like to do this little breakdown whenever I'm here.
Yeah.
So let me just do this. So I have this right here. As you can see, we are on a higher time frame right now, the weekly time frame, but I just want you guys to understand. If you see this right here, this was in March. This gap right here is the beginning of the war. So if we are below the 69 price handle, it would be prior war times, right? So if we are up from this price, we can start understanding that for the Fed, it's still a concern to know inflation, to know what's going on with the geopolitical tensions that's happening in the world. So this is a fear mongering as well for me, seeing the price of oil. So that's going to be the second one. Now you have BIX right there, you have oil right here, and you understand where's the price that I'm seeing to understand if we have a little bit of things going on and the reason why. Of course, dollar, we can start seeing dollar as well. Um, right now we are hovering around the 99 price handle. As you can see here, before I had a lot of like, even like with gold, let me just show you guys. Their fundamentals are always king. So back, I think it was in 2020, 2019, 2021, as you can see, I wrote all of the reasons why gold moves. And now this is the fundamental reasons, right? Now, of course, in today's age, people, you don't have to do this, right? You have market, which is gorgeous. But I just wanted to show you that it fundamentals are the reason why the market moves, man.
Yeah.
I have it right here. Like every little thing I had, if it's green, it pushed up. If it's red, it pushed down. And this is the reason why. Biden says U.S. troops won't go into battle. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt of World War III, weak. Market makers, the smart money, get out of their buy position with sellers jumping back in. So again, people, this is just like a little back testing that I always left here for me and myself. But now we don't need to do that. We do have market. We do have the a better understanding with market of what is driving price, and there's no reason for us to be researching that much, right? So we got a question. Actually, I'm yapping a lot. I want to just answer the question. So what are your thoughts on counter trend buys on crude oil around 83.10s? So counter trend buys. Well, right now we are breaking a little bit of the structure. If you're so right now, this is for me a little consolidation area around the 81.24s and the 79.80s. Now, of course, we just broke this structure. So the next area of interest that I would have, I would start eyeing is the 82s. You specifically want to buy around the 83.10s, which is up here. I can exactly see what you want, why you want to do that. So let me just add this here. This is going to be right there. This is going to be here. Now let's go a little bit higher up in the higher time frame. Okay, so first, very important for me, we do have to clear the 82s. Once we start clearing the 82s, then I would, in my opinion, start looking for buys here. Okay, because what I would want to do is get on this initial push, right? I wouldn't want to actually start getting to this tops around the 84s or getting into the 86. Those would be actually my take profit. I do feel that if you try to buy above the 83s, it will be a little bit late. You're only going to have this room to play with. Now, of course, this is only if by any chance we don't get any type of escalations or something goes on, then that would support your buys to go even up to the 90s. But that would be a specific case scenario. So my recommendation is first look at the 82s, wait for it to clear, and then start looking for a lower volume, lower volatility trade.
Yep. Nice.
Sure.
Thank you both always. For me, take care, Elsa. Always happy to have you in here. Now I'm thinking of
Also,
buying at 83 level. I'm thinking short term and taking the retest of 80.50. What do you think of
want to
that,
jump?
Seb?
I mean, it would be as well. Yeah, 80/50s. Yeah, I would do it. I would do it maybe, but again, lower lot, lower lot because like I'm not expecting much of this market right now, especially with Jackson Hole Symposium being on
Yeah,
Friday, and again, especially with PCE data already coming out today. So I would be careful with how much risk you're taking in that trade. But yeah, it sounds logical. But of course, be careful with how much you are trading.
that's
And
right.
let's go ahead and just ask market. You know what I mean? Let's ask the professionals.
There you
So
go.
exactly. Let me add a new chat. Let me actually. What I'm gonna do is why don't we go ahead. I want to trade oil, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste your question. Literally, copy and paste. So
I
let's see
do the
what it
same thing.
says.
I show them, like, guys, listen, you could ask these questions to market too. If we're not streaming, take advantage of Ask Market.
Completely agree. Now, let's go ahead and just see. First, counter trend risk. Gulf de escalation talks are actively unwinding the Iran war premium. The regiment right now sees geopolitics fading and macro slowdown. Capping rallies near 80/85s. Capping. This is what exactly I was telling you. So around the 84s, 85s, even the 90s, this is the room that I was seeing to play, and Ask Market is seeing it as well. Now, any bounce gets sold as higher oil, higher for longer Fed policy equals demand destruction. So your 83.10 target price would need to reclaim 82.25's pullback first, then punch through the 83.13's 83.45 ceiling, which again we were seeing it. We have it marked right here. And that zone has capped twice already. Without a fresh supply shock, like a headline that we were talking about, either a Trump headline, a Hormuz closure, tanker strikes or escalating, then it would be a little bit harder. But the support below, if the counter trend buy fails, the next meaningful floor is 80.09s and 80.23s. So it's beautiful, you know. It's beautiful when Ask Market is seeing exactly what you're seeing. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
It makes your conviction go up. So yeah, exactly what I explained. This is exactly what Ask Market said, and this is what I'm looking for. So lower lot, be a little bit more um, understandable that it might not work out, but if it does, it does. You know how the market is.
Yeah, yeah. Great breakdown. Seb, always happy to have you on here, man. If you ever want to come on, please shoot me a message.
Yeah, I appreciate it so much, Kevin. It's my pleasure being here. And he said it's definitely a small risk position. Then
Good.
you're doing it correctly, man. That's
Yeah,
how it needs to be.
that's right. That's right. If you know you could take that trade and take a loss on it, you're in the right spot. If you know if you're taking that trade and it stops you out and your account's in shambles, you're sizing too heavy.
Exactly. Slicing too heavy, and that's an issue with a lot of people here. Might be trading prop firms. With prop firms, that's an issue. It's
Yeah.
sizing. Um, a if you have a 10K funded account, a 0.1 lot will take you lots of places. Okay, especially with this markets. Like people, what is this range? Let's just see what is the range that we're playing right now. It's a 450 pip range. Okay, so that with a 0.1 lot is going to give you easily around, I mean, it's $450 to $500. So that on a 10K account is already 5% of profit, meaning you only need a little bit more to pass the first evaluation. And then the second evaluation is less percentage. So don't try to risk zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.4 lot on a trade just to pass that funded. That's the gambling mentality, people.
Yeah.
All right? Go gamble. Go to that
Go
casino
to go.
then. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? So let's not cry in a casino and let's actually try to make money and make a
Yep.
living out of something that's difficult. And that's how you do being disciplined and building the structure.
That's right. Well said, bro. Well said. Well freaking said.
Look, and then let's just go to the lower time frame here. Boom. Everybody, remember when I told you guys this is my first buy position that I would be looking? The second would be down here. And how many pips are we up already, people? Bro,
Bang.
bang! We're already 130 pips up. Now, I will be a little bit careful around this area, around the 4630s. I would be a little bit careful. This is the first area that we are going to have to clear. If we do clear it, then we are definitely going to go to the 4640s, even the 4648s. Now, what do we have to see to clear it, right? A lot of people say, oh, we have to see what happens, blah, 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 this and that. So you go to the lower time frame. You go to the lower time frame. Now, in the lower time frame, you're going to start dissecting either the 5 minute candle, which I prefer, the 1 minute candle. I have it for entries, but not to see what price action is doing, because it is very messy, okay? It is a lot, and sometimes for a trader, it might be a lot. So first, we're going to start seeing the 5 minute candle. We're going to start seeing how this closes right here. So we got 2 more minutes on this candle. I do like that we had a big push up. I don't like that we didn't have that much of a lower wick on the 5 minute candle.
Yeah.
So again, very careful to on this positioning, 4630s. But if we do have this volume and volatility continue like this on the lower time frame, then yeah, I would be expecting something like this. Maybe come down a little bit more, up, and then slowly but surely to the 4646.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to be looking for right here. And let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to move this a little bit to the right. Now, as you can see, this rejection is what I'm thinking that was going to happen. So initially, this is what I'm seeing, right? We're here, we pushed up until here. We're going to come down around here, which is the lower bottom side of this wicks. And then we're going to start going up slowly but surely. Now, I'm not market maker, okay? So if I'm wrong, the second chance would be of and re-entering around the 4600s. But again, these are lower lot, lower risk trades, people. Okay, we're not gambling here. We're trying to secure something on a Wednesday that the volume already passed. You know what I mean? There's no CPI, there's no NFP this week, people. All right.
You
Now the
sure you're not a
5 minute.
market maker? I could have sworn I saw market maker on your name tag.
I'm gonna next time. Let's see if I can add that there. Market maker. That's gonna be fun. I think
Market maker Sebaniel.
Daniel. Look at this, people. Now, this is beautiful. Okay. Now, this is exactly what I told you guys it was going to happen. If we go to the 1 minute candle, you're going to see that we first touched here, we came back down. Now, it really depends on how this 5 minute closes right here. If we close above the 4630s, then this is a beautiful trade. All right. This is like if we close like this, for me, this is gorgeous. But of course, let's not jump the gun, right? I just joined maybe 20 minutes ago. Not trying to go that crazy right now. So let's see what this happens.
Don't jump the gun or you'll fall in front of the bullet.
Exactly. Exactly.
NASDAQ continuing new high of day. We're in a range where we found resistance before. I wouldn't be so quick to be jumping in longs, but it is making higher highs and higher lows on a lower time frame scale. 360 would be target to the upside if you guys are in any long positions right now.
Yeah, beautiful.
Nvidia needs to start climbing higher, will help support NASDAQ. Weighted index is moving higher. It's really, in my opinion, it's a matter of patience. I'd rather wait for a better, even short opportunity if we can start to reverse at some point, but I do not want to be buying highs. Last thing we want to do is buy highs and then sell low. Awesome, guys. Let's see. Be patient. Wait and see. Gold pulled back to VWAP. NAS is in resistance. Let's take a look. Yeah, NQ just trying to go here. Here goes Seb throwing his mug around. Took a little long, NAS. There you go, bro. What's it say?
Mornings can be rough.
Oh, that's with a rough like a dog. Look at this guy.
I'm a dog person, man. I love dogs.
barking up the wrong tree. But no,
Oh, let me
that's
actually
cool,
put
bro.
this here. Boom. You like cats better, bro? No
No,
way.
no dogs and cats. I got both. They're
Oh,
both
okay. Cool,
great.
cool, cool.
They're both family, you know.
Cool. I like that. I like that a lot, man. So this is exactly what I was thinking that was going to happen. First, initially coming up here. Secondly, coming around this area. Now, I do want to see if we start respecting it. Because if we start respecting it, that's awesome. Now, if we start fading this whole 5 minute candle in an instant, I would start people. If you enter it here, secure some profits here. Maybe just leave like a little runner there. Because again, we I came here in this session expecting, hey, thanks for the Eshin section 4630 call out. Yeah, of course, man. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm really happy that you took that. But of course, first of all, let's go ahead and try to stay more on the sidelines. Again, it's
Yep,
Jackson Hole. I've been repeating myself a lot. Jackson Hole is going to be on this on Friday. There's not that much volume and volatility. The trade that I was getting, it was around more here. If anybody saw, I called it out once I came inside 46.15s. Of course, the 46.30s. We got to break that and have that continuation. Now, let's just wait a little bit more. If we start breaking now, if anybody caught this trade with me, I would recommend if you start seeing breaking below the 46.20s, let's just a little bit, just go ahead and just save a little bit of profits here and there. It's nothing bad. If not, let's just wait it until it plays out. You know what I mean? And
that's it.
and the other thing, people, a lot of people ask me, when is the time to put your stop loss and break even? Now, I usually do that when I'm up 150 pips in profit or 200 pips in profit, because you know the mental toll that it is seeing maybe profits floating in $300, and then you come back and then you see a negative on your screen of negative, you lost $200. Yeah, that's a, I hate that feeling, people. All right.
Yeah,
So what we have to do in that sense is just literally have a stop loss on break even once you're up a certain amount of pip. And that's where you need to figure it out. What's your mental fortitude and where would you like that pip to be at? Right, Kevin?
that's right. That's right. Understand your psychology as much as you understand your strategy.
Exactly. Exactly. Now we're still on this gold trade. It looks phenomenal. Everything is actually going really well right now.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Bro, I'd love to see Nas start ripping higher from here, man. It's really been running into a bit of a wall here. Slow grind up. I'd love to wait for sellers to start stepping in play, but can't fight the trend just yet. Markets came in, markets open, and we're bullish off the open. We're not going to call every high we see as the high because we see we're just pushing higher and higher. But we also don't want to be buying the absolute high as well. We'd rather buy the low
Exactly.
than buy the high. Remember that. Always, man. Always.
Always, always. Just see if you're in a little range. If you are in a consolidation area, just always buy at the bottom of the range. Like,
Yeah,
look at this. Like, if we have this as an example, right? If we buy here in the 46.03s, we're gonna have to the upside of 46.48s. But if I buy here on the left on this side, then we're only gonna be have rooms to the 46.70s before we actually can see if we're gonna break that price and continue higher up. So my recommendation is always buy the lows. Never start buying that push unless it is fundamentally driven. Okay.
that's it. Guys, yeah,
What
follow
is
Seb on Instagram. Is Seb
my
underscore
Instagram?
MRKT.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Kev.
Yeah, bro, of course. That's all Nick in there. Nick in the comments right
Oh
there.
yeah, I do see there, Nick. Yo, no way. That's my boy. That's a
Team.
head of partners here in market. He's insane guy, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Beautiful, man.
Noise.
Noise. That's great. That's great. Gold still chopping its way higher, held out of that demand zone. Uh,
Yeah, still chopping away. Now we are expecting this little zone, the 46.23s on the lower time frame. So I'm still eyeing the same things. Of course, it's gonna be up to here. Might take profit. I don't know why it was. that high up. But let's just start seeing. Remember, people, if we start going below this candle of 46.19s, I could secure a little bit of profits here. And then once we come and do the double bottom around the 46.03s, then we can enter a more optimal buy position there and
Yeah.
target the 40s, 40s. Now, that's worst case scenario. You get a better entry, right? Worst case scenario. Now, best case scenario is the trade that we're in. We're going to continue to the upside. We're going to break the 46.30s and we're going to take profit around here, the 46.41s, 46.46. I usually take profit here. Let me just show you. So I would be eyeing either here.
Bro, some range
Or
bound action today, man. Chop, chop, chop.
the week, man. It's been a crazy week so far, right? I
It
mean, nothing
has.
going on.
Yep.
PCE today was well, we got PCE today. People were expecting fireworks, but PCE doesn't bring that many fireworks, you know.
No, it did
So
not, and it does not.
it does not on an ordinary basis, but still, people like the drama a little bit, you know. PCE something to look out for, you know.
Yep. Definitely. That's all psychology.
hmm Exactly.
Yes, looking like it's trying its best to turn around from here, but really lacking the follow through, man. Really lacking that selling volume. It is 10:08 right now, so we did have that first hourly candle form, which was very bullish. 30-minute, 15-minute, these are some other time frames I would look to see if we could try to turn around, but until then, not going to be calling highs in a market that clearly showed us some bullish momentum off of the open.
hmm Completely agree.
Right? It's like why would we chase it? Why would we force it? And the answer to why would we is we wouldn't.
hmm Correct. We wouldn't.
We are forming some levels to the downside to target on ES at the moment, but I'm just not seeing anything like screaming, "Hey, take this trade, take this trade."
Yeah, not at all, right? I mean, it's volume and volatility is very subdued. If there was something, it was a short term for scalpers.
Yep.
For day traders, of course, like in a range bound market like this one, it's always a little bit more difficult, right? But
Yeah.
it's never impossible.
Right.
What I would say, it's gonna take a little bit more time to develop your trade, right? I mean, it's gonna be more choppy conditions, like as you can see here, right? I mean, we've been here for the last 5, 10, maybe 35 minutes since we had this trade, and we're still being choppy. I mean, we're still not going back to my entry. We haven't broken my 46.19 point. Now, if we start trending above the 46.24s and we break the 46.30s, then I am looking to that continuation to the upside. And funny enough, man, I love market because I always do everything like on the chart alone. And then I
Yep.
go back to market, right? And then I see there's a resistance right around the 46.30s where I actually placed it by myself. And
Yep.
it just fuels my conviction, brother. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It
sir. Confluence, bro. Confluence. Multiple reasons to take a trade gives you a higher probability trade.
hmm Exactly,
Amazing.
man. But yeah, this is what we're looking people now. This is a trader's work, okay? It's a lot of patience, a lot of analysis throughout the day of like what's going on with your trading pair. And of course, you got ask market, you know, just ask it anything you want, trading related. Come on, people, you know. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, it's phenomenal. So, what are you looking at? Let me see your screen, Ken.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Give me a second here. Do. Pull up. All right. All right. So Nas and ES, like I mentioned, Nasdaq's in a point where we rejected yesterday this area. So I didn't want to buy high, but I also didn't want to try to be the person calling the shorts because if we were trying to call the shorts, would have tried a short here, which I did try a short here, got stopped out. Then would have tried another short here, would have been stopped out again. Would have tried another here. So we don't want to be that trader that's making the same mistake time and time again. I'd much rather say, okay, at this point, wait till we start shifting back lower. We actually start breaking low, make a lower high, and then we could look for our entry. But right now, I do want to be a little extra patient. I do always want to just keep a close eye on that daily time frame, see if we broke any levels. We are still below the open price, so we got above it momentarily. We're back below it, so we are still back red on the day. It's really just a matter of being patient here. Sellers and buyers are in a disagreement, which means we see that sellers try to bring it lower, buyers try to bring us higher. Neither of them are able to give us continuation. I'm a big fan of volume profile too, and because we're trading within this range, here comes a little bit of a break. I want to be extra patient. There is no edge when we're in between the range because look at the price action that happens within that range. So be patient. Either sell the high or buy the low, but we are not selling or buying in the middle over here. There's that break lower. Great. Listen, if I'm right on the bias, but I'm not in the trade, that's still success in my opinion because we're staying on the right side. We're not forcing anything, not jumping the gun. I'm not saying this has to be it. I do see equities are starting to sell off, which is great. But again, it's not a reason to be forcing a trade right now.
No, it ain't.
You know? What do you
It ain't. Next week, what do we have next week? Next week we have NFP data, right? Let's see.
next week? Yeah, NFP.
Next week is gonna be good week. Now, I think, and then the next week we have CPI, if I'm not mistaken, because I
Yep.
tend to do the high impact events for market for the week and for the month. So I kind of know a little bit of what's going on in the future events. So
You know the
yeah, so
patterns?
yeah, I know the patterns, right? NFP is the first Friday of each month, man. Always the first Friday. Um,
Nice. Very good. Smart man.
Smart man, you got to see what's going on. But yeah, I
Here, I'll
mean,
show yours.
yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is, people don't be forcing it on a random week that there's not gonna be volume and volatility. You know what I mean? If you
Yep.
see a good trade, take it.
Right.
Now, if that good quote unquote trade didn't work out, don't revenge trade it. I mean,
No.
have a little bit of self-respect. We're not in the casino. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's number one. Number two, we're going back to gold here. We're still in that area, man, in the 46.23s. Now, this wick right here in the 5 minute candle and this wick right here, of course, with even the rejection of this 5 minute candle, it got literally faded out instantly. I would be starting to see a double bottom on the 46.03s. Now, my recommendation, if anybody's in this trade, don't let's not be risking anything, right? This is gonna be a little break-even trade, okay? Then second, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it there. I wouldn't recommend to take out profits here. Just leave the break even here. Second, once if we get stopped out with the break even, don't forget we do have our second attempt of the day, second and last attempt of the day. Right?
Yep.
We're not going to be
That's
gambling
it.
here, but the second attempt is the 4600s, right? If we get to the 4600s, what I'm going to do is enter a long position and start targeting the 4650s, which is around 500 pips. Now, when would I expect this to play out? I would expect this to play out this afternoon. I would believe that after London close, which is around 11 a.m. Eastern time, we're going to have choppy conditions, right? So this is going to be the range for the day. My recommendation is, if once we get here, get on those buys and start targeting the upside. Now, if we do break below, don't do anything, people. Forget about it. You know what? Let it
Yeah.
do its thing. It's
Yep.
probably going to have a liquidity spike towards the bottom side before coming right back up. And then we're going to still be just waiting for Jackson Hole Symposium this Friday.
Right.
Um,
Same situation. You know?
exactly. My point is, no forcing nothing. There's no
No.
point.
Never. Never, never, never. You start forcing trades, then you won't know the difference between your high quality and your low quality setups.
I love that, man. High quality setups and low quality setups. And people, you have to see the difference between the two. You know what I mean? And how do
Yeah.
you do that? By trade journaling. Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Nasdaq selling off from that area, so it's a good thing. Unfortunately, I'm not in any shorts at the moment. but
Let's
just
see.
waiting right now. I'll let you guys know if I see anything. Again, like we mentioned, high quality versus low quality. Guys, let me know. Let me know. Have you guys taken any trades today? Are you long? Are you short? Are you green on the day? Are you red on the day? Let us know in the chat. No really solid entries. Just a whole lot of chop right now. I would not force any trades. Equities are all currently selling off, so I really wouldn't be going against that trend either right now.
Yo, Kevin, I have a little. Let me see this. Let me open this
Yeah,
with.
what's popping?
So I want to ask everybody here. Look, so if you can see my screen, or am I sharing? Let me see. How can I make this happen? Because you can see this, but you can't see my other screen. That's
Yeah, if you
weird.
want, stop sharing, and then
Okay.
share again. When you share again, it'll give you the option slides or
For the
PDF
full one,
or a
yeah,
different
yeah.
screen.
Let me
Haven't
just go
taken
ahead and
anything.
do that.
Patient. Good for you.
Good
That's what
for
it's
you.
about. Yup. Well done.
Good for you. I'm very glad, Karina. It's better to just stay on the sidelines just for a bit. Jackson Hole is on Friday. First
Yep.
Kevin Warsh Jackson Hole. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. So let's see, people, if you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Cool.
So, as you can see, so this is our new X header. I just want you guys to give me your opinions. Right now, the one that we have is very, very well. It's not looking nice per se, right? Um, so if you guys like this, we're gonna go ahead and update that today. Just wanted to show you guys what we
Cool.
have been cooking on the backside. So yeah, staying out of the shop, Lisa. You're a smart person. No way. We got Castella here, bro. He is a goat, a very, very seasonal and experienced trader from Capital Hungry. Really,
Cool.
really respect the guy.
That's
Whoa, we
awesome.
got you guys related, Kevin?
You guys related? Who? Me and this dude?
Us, bro? No way, man. Look at that now. Just coming back to gold right here. We're still in that. If we don't break above the 46.23s, again, stay out of it. You know, leave this in break even. I have it on break even right now.
Yeah.
Start looking for the second attempt, but again, don't be expecting much this week, people. I mean, it there's no point. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Castella.
Yeah,
My
if you
goat.
see we're chopping, why would you force a trade? If you're able to recognize the patterns in the market, you should be able to recognize when we're trending and when we're not trending, when markets are in your favor or not in your favor.
Exactly. When to force a trade and when not to force a trade.
Seb's my little cousin, man.
That's jokes. That's my little cousin, bro.
Jeeves my uncle. No,
Nelab is long related cousin too, you know.
Noab's just a goat.
Mm-hmm.
Nvidia dumping right now.
Nvidia's dumping.
Yeah.
Let's see Nasdaq. See S&P. Do you have any stocks? I have hyper liquid stocks.
Like stocks that I trade, I don't necessarily trade individual.
Or actually long term portfolio.
No, not at the moment. Unfortunately, I had to liquidate last year. Some stuff happened, medical, family stuff. Had to pay some medical bills. Are crazy, man. Here in the U.S. is bullshit. You know, you're in the U.S., but
Yeah,
crazy,
man,
bro. Absolutely
crazy.
crazy.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother, but I'm glad everything worked out, man. Let's see this.
Be
Yeah, I mean,
patient. Are
for
you
the
in
time
gold
being.
still?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in gold, break even, man. If the worst happens, it's $0 on that trade. You know, that's my worst case scenario.
There you go, bro. That's
Best,
awesome. That's what I like to hear.
yeah, yeah, exactly, man. We got Joseph going on, you're from Alabama. I don't know about that one. No, we're actually from the same state, but we live pretty far away from each other. This guy lives
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big state, bro. It's a big state.
Yeah, I'd love to see Nas pull back towards 29,280 for a short position. But if we don't get that pullback, then probably just going to be sitting out for the rest of the day.
Yeah, same. I mean, with gold, this is I'm even like looking like if we break below here, because it's look at this chop, man. You know what I mean? If we break,
Yeah.
uh, I'm still gonna be picky with the 4600s. Now with this, now let's just start dissecting lower time frame for you guys. Okay, let's start doing this on the lower time frame so you can understand what I'm seeing in this and how you can see who's in control, buyers or sellers, right? So I
Yep.
moved my key level. Let me just put this back here. So first, let me just start um,
Oof.
doing
What a rejection
everything
on NASDAQ.
on Nasdaq. If you want, you can show your screen. I'm just gonna prepare
Sure.
everything on mine for little bit of a little bit of a studying session.
Hey, what's up, Diggs? Diggs on what is it on Twitch? Cool, man. One of our first Twitch viewers.
4605s.
I
No
wanted to see
way. Oh,
Nas pull
we got
back
a Twitch
to
streamer here.
yeah. I wanted to see Nasdaq pull back towards this. It's a fair value gap area. It's the value area high over here. Now, if we do pull back from this level we just hit, would be an optimal trade entry over here for a short. My biggest issue is that Nvidia is dumping right now, so could result in continuation on NQ. Apple, however, is pushing higher near new high of day. Microsoft pretty range bound here, Meta pretty range bound here, Amazon moving lower too. Overall, equities are signaling more of a shorter opportunity on Nasdaq. So I would be careful, guys, if you're in any longs. It needs to go higher here, bro. We'll see. We'll see. I'd love to see a higher move just for a pullback. Hourly time frame still has 36 minutes left. 15-minute has about 6 minutes left, and the 30-minute has 6 minutes left as well. So this next 6 minutes, we're probably going to experience some volatility that could kick us all the way back up here, create that long John Wick to the downside, and then hold and possibly give us a squeeze.
Yeah,
But
and just for example, like look, Kevin,
yeah,
you had a sell position up there,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, you
You
had
want
a
to show
sell
yours or mine?
position. Well, no, I mean whichever. I mean, I just wanted to like a little bit of a psychology lesson for everybody. You
Yeah,
got a sell position up there. You were a little bit entry, and your plan is still it's still going out, man. It's still working. You were just a little bit entry, and sometimes that happens. But look at you. You're still dissecting the markets. You didn't let that get into your emotions. And a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people have that, and they want to revenge trade or they want to do this and that. But that's not the name of the game. Now, I did want to say Castella. You got a gold around 4605s. That's actually phenomenal. Because once I came into the live stream, we were looking around buys for the around the 4615s a little bit later. But of course, if this doesn't plan out and we do hit our stop loss, which is a break even right now, I am looking for the double bottom, just a second attempt. That's what I'm seeing for now.
cool, man. Cool. NAS trying to continue to tick lower. ES doing the same. Patience is a key right here. And NVIDIA is just dumping right now. Real strong sell pressure. No doubt about it. We have about 1 second left on this 5 minute. Very bearish 5 minute candle. Not that we would want to sell these lows right here. But we also wouldn't want to try to catch this falling knife at the moment either. That is for sure.
Yeah, completely agree with you right there.
Yeah, no, we never want to be doing that. But that doesn't mean we're going to reverse right here either.
Yeah. No, not at all. I mean, for me, markets are just like range bound right now on the sidelines until we do get Kevin. Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin, your brother right there, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, Mr. Warsh. Yeah, he's my second cousin.
It's funny. Yeah, man. We're gonna see on Friday what he says. He is known for not giving forward guidance, people, but
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, it's his first Jackson hole. He might say something, right? We do know he's gonna say good day and not good
Yeah.
afternoon,
Good
but
day. Good
it
day.
is
Like,
what it
bro,
is.
bro, it's not a good day anymore because you just said good day.
Dude, I remember the first time he said it, I felt so weird. I was like, what just happened? You know what I mean?
Yo, it is. It's like, what do you mean? You mean good afternoon? You mean good morning? Good day. Can we predict the index through the price action of weighted stocks? So I like to use something that's called the weighted index. It's basically a combination ticker of Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Apple. 5 of the top 10 holdings of Nasdaq and the S&P. Does help give us some insight of that weighted index. And what's cool with it too, I'm going to share my screen for a moment. I'm going to pull it up right over here. Let's see. Weighted index. So you would type it into your trading view just like this. 8.69 star Nvidia plus 7.14 star Apple, etc., to Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. There's that drop on Nasdaq. Beautiful. Um, but yeah, so it basically it's helpful because then you don't have to have an entire other screen with those equities on your chart. So you could just use that weighted index for it. Wow, man, what a move. I was really expecting a bit of a pullback before this 30 closed. We have a couple minutes left here for the 30 minutes to close and a couple minutes left here for market in the morning, guys. So drop some likes if you haven't already. Subscribe if you aren't. We are live every single day, Monday through Friday, 8:20 to 10:30. And any questions, we're always happy to help you guys see it and watch it play out. Amazing drop right there, man. I'm definitely not disappointed that I don't have a short, but I was looking for those shorts up near 360 and we hit around 334 and sold off very strong, very aggressively on that selling pressure. And it looks like we are just trying to continue lower. We could delete the fib tools, no longer going to be helping us. What a drop. What a move.
Dude. Yeah, this was exactly what you were anticipating too. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Something real quick to add on to the whole weighted index thing, guys. If you're using the weighted index, you do need to have TradingView Premium to add it to your chart. If you don't have TradingView Premium, you could use what's called the Mag 7 Index ETF. It's the Roundhill Magnificent 7. It does have very similar price action, so you could use that as well. What is causing ES and NQ to selling? Can you explain that? What market is saying? So it's the PCE from this morning. Remember, it was higher than expected. So what happened? Markets gave us the pullback off the open, gave us that 10 o'clock reversal right there. We are down from those highs about 160 points, but we are very range bound still. So we're not selling these lows. If anything, we're waiting for a pullback to justify some shorts. Weighted index down here is at a support zone. So I'd really just be a little extra patient at this point, see if markets can give us a pullback. We'd rather sell high instead of sell low.
yeah, and if you can you share my screen really quickly, Kevin?
I'll think
I just want to
about it.
showcase that. So Biswajit, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. My apologies. What I wanted to showcase to you is I literally copied and pasted your question right here. What is causing the NQ and ES selling? Can you explain that what market is saying? So literally copied and pasted your question. It gives you the Nasdaq chart right here, which gives you the day trading bias and why, and same with the ES. But most importantly, to answer your question, market does answer it. It says what's causing the pressure. Hot inflation plus Fed rate hike odds rising, trade tensions with US and Canada, US China, which we actually just got headlines. I think before I joined, Kevin actually saw one of those headlines from Trumpy, which he's hilarious. And he was seeing something that Canada can't work or coexist without the US or something like that. Um,
Yeah, oh yeah, the US would be fine without Canada. Like, come on now. Silly guy. Oh, I think I lost you there. We lose you? Guys, we lost Seb. Could you help me find him? Nope, lost you. Your headset must have died. You gotta plug it in. Silly
Hello, can you hear me?
Billy.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello. Oh, cool, cool, cool.
Yes,
No, I
sir. We have
actually
radio
changed
frequency.
headphones.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah, awesome. So Can you guys hear me better? Or let me just see if my
It's a
connected to.
little more radio-y, but that's all right. Yeah, CIA disrupted your mic. Yeah, bro. They're like, hey, wait a minute. They're making too much money in here. We got to put a stop to this.
What about there? Can you guys hear me a little bit better? Hello, hello.
Yeah, no, we could hear you. We hear you all right.
Cool, cool, cool. So let me just go back to this really quickly. So we do have trade tensions, which we were just talking about, Iran Middle East oil risk, and China retaliation threats. Of course, we do have the supporting headlines right here. Let me just see if we actually have the one from Trump team. Let's see.
Trumpy
Yeah,
with the dumpy.
Trumpy with the. I like to add a little Y at the end. It makes it a little bit more fun.
It makes it more lighthearted when we talk about how he's breaking the whole economy right now. Oh, I think we lost you again.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Hello,
there.
hello.
Okay, no, we're here. We're good. We're good.
I think this one is like a little bit better with like background noises. That's why I wanted to
Gotcha.
try it out today. Um, let's see. But yeah, for the time being, Joseph, man. Yeah, bro, that's hilarious. The CIA is tampered. They want to hear us. We're making too much money. Or is that Uncle Sam? I think that's Uncle Sam seeing us right now, Kevin.
That is. It
We
always is.
usually have him here too. Like, oh, how much money are you guys making today? Like, relax, buddy. You don't gotta know.
Yeah, yeah, right. We usually got an Uncle Sam in the comments.
Yeah,
Pocket watcher.
exactly. Oh, we got a phenomenal question. I'm new to trading. According to both of your experience, which days to avoid in the week, like Monday and Friday, and also which months to avoid?
August.
No, so let me be completely honest with you. It's not about days, man. It's not about dates. It's about market condition. How can you
Yeah.
see if market conditions are good or bad? You can use tools like the VIX, right, to see if fear on the stock market is high or if it's not. You can actually dissect it by looking at geopolitical tensions. You can also dissect it by seeing how the past trading session was. Right now, we are range, so we're not expecting that much, right? So that's why
Yep.
today I was a little bit more picky, just playing the lower side of the range to the upside. So it really more depends on your analysis. It's not about what days or what months. It's really about your Trumpy Dumpy will come to your bedroom tonight, Seb, Yusuf,
Mm-hmm.
my brother. Yeah, this guy is hilarious. But yeah, that would be my answer. It's not about the days or the months or the weeks. It's about market condition. And at the end of the day, you know what, man? I mean, just ask market. We have ask market right here. If we create
Yep.
a new chat, you can just ask anything, right? I mean, let me go ahead and say, is today a good day to trade?
There we go. And guys, any last minute questions, let us know. We will be wrapping up Market in the Morning in just a minute here.
Yeah, we're the last question that I'm gonna answer today. We'll ask market is gonna answer. And then boom, you see it gives you the answer. Hard US inflation. Well, I mean this is a little well, I'm gonna go ahead and just reread this completely because we do I think it's being a little bit dramatic, to being honest with you. I think this is being a little bit too generic. So another thing, last but not least, if you think it's not a good answer, please do the little thumbs down. This
Yeah.
helps our own engine actually recalculate and rethink the same question in the future. So
Yep.
this is always good to know. Um, but yeah, other than that, I think that's all for me, gents, ladies and gents, because we do have some girls here.
Awesome, guys. I hope you all enjoyed today's Market in the Morning session. Absolutely phenomenal stream. Great breakdown. Interesting markets. We called out those shorts near the highs. We saw it. I didn't take any trades. We didn't really call out a specific entry. We were just looking for that pullback to start forming on NASDAQ, and it did. I didn't take any short entries. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We move on to the next day, or we move on to be more patient for the next opportunity. Guys, have a great rest of your day. We will see you all back here tomorrow. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and have a great day. And never risk more than you're willing to lose on a trade.
Thank you
Later.
so much, everybody. Take care.